Hey guys, Scott here. Behaviour has been found to have job listings for generative AI, and of course, people are already very, very upset about that. People are saying they're going to boycott the game. Generally, the community is just livid with the idea of using AI in their games, and I can definitely understand where a lot of it comes from because a lot of AI is genuinely, I wouldn't say evil, but it's definitely morally incorrect. It is basically theft in terms of like art. If you're making AI art, you're not making AI art. You're basically just blending together millions of other art pieces into something that you're trying to call your own, but without the people that made the basis for what the machine actually learned off of, there wouldn't be anything. So it's by definition actual theft. And that's why a lot of people do hate things like AI art. But the thing is, it is definitely more nuanced than that. And I think people are attacking Behaviour perhaps a bit too early. I'm not saying there won't be a point where it's legitimately a time to criticize them, but I don't think this is quite it yet. So they have a job listing where they're basically looking for a programmer to join their generative AI research team where you have the opportunity to discover your true potential, blah, 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 bullshit, make internal systems, blah, 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 blah. Basically, what you're going to be doing for this role in the job listing says is they're going to be iterating on their internal systems. Now, what that typically means is they're going to be using AI to help with code bases and things like that. And this is where I need to try to explain to people that not all AI is evil, because people don't like AI because it takes other people's work, right? But when you have a machine learning system, you can have machine learning that learns off of your own internal stuff. And by that logic, it's not theft. It's just learning off of the things that you and your company have already created. So it's not taking other people's work. It's taking your own work and iterating on your own stuff. So I think a lot of people just think it's a very blanket statement where all AI is theft, but it truly isn't. And if you want to boycott a company that makes a game and, boycott their games because they're using generative AI for coding and things like that, you would basically have to stop playing video games altogether, because whether you like it or not, that's just the way that things are going. This is going to be every single game company till the end of time now. It's just an unfortunate side effect of, the speeding up of processes. I mean, this is what happens in every big technological leap. The printing press and just just the industry and having machines do work and stuff like that. Like, yes, there are negative side effects of that, without a doubt. And I'm not even sure people are going to lose jobs here. I don't actually know, because humans still need to work with this stuff. But it is a sad but inevitable fact when there are types of efficiency that can be created, companies will seek them out and do it. And again, a lot of it in the AI space is just so morally completely wrong. I think AI art it literally gives me like the uncanny valley vibes. I just get like I just get uneased when I look at it. It's just not right. I don't know how to better describe it. It's just not right. There's always something slightly off about it. And over time, it will be refined and be harder and harder to tell for sure. But right now and for the foreseeable future, it's not a perfect system. And it is basically just stealing everyone's work. But like I said, let me give you an example of how generative AI can be not an evil thing in a company. You could have them enter a prompt saying, hey, generate me the code base for a new perk that gives me haste upon generator kicking if the generator is at 50%. So there, it's going to look at the game's own code, see, oh, here's something involving generator, here's something involving haste, here's something involving this, here's something involving gen progress, and it's going to push them together and create a new base for a new perk. Now, that's not stealing other people's work. It's just going off of the work that the programmers have already done for the game. It's just putting a foundation there quicker. That's it. It's just going to save them time, but it's not stealing people's work. So when you look at it like that, it's not really evil. It's just smart and efficient timing. Now, you don't really have to worry about jobs like that being lost too, because a human is still involved with that. You can't just say, create me a perk AI, and then that's it. And then you just ship it to live, because it'll just be a fucking mess. Like, AI is not good enough to do that, at least right now. So you still need human beings looking over this work in order to make sure it actually works. Now, there is an obvious downside here, because if we're doing machine learning based off of Behavior's code, that might be bad because their base code is not very good. So there are definite possible downsides to this system as well. And there is this whole AI Ouroboros thing where AI basically consumes itself, where we're going to get to a point where AI is now learning off of AI, but the AI that it's learning off of is incorrect. So it starts actually getting less and less accurate over time. This is, I forget the name of the theory. It's like basically AI inbreeding, I think a lot of people have called it. So that is a very real possibility. And look, again, I'm by no means a master of AI or anything like that. I'm not an expert in the field. I just know it's more than just what people think of it. And a lot of people just see AI in the immediate, monkey brain neuron fires and go equals bad. It's just truly not the case some of the time. Now, there has been a screenshot of what we're looking for in the resume here. And here, there is a line that concerns a lot of people, and they're taking this very literally, where it says they want hands-on experience with generative AI tools for video, image, or content creation. Now, that starts getting into the side of, okay, well, now you're just going into AI art, and now you're just stealing shit again. That is worthy of criticism. That I could understand people boycotting the game for. That is absolutely shitty. But it is important to look at what we're looking at here. This last thing right here is what the actual job is for. This text is a generic resume bullshit. If you've ever looked at a resume before, this is kind of the language they use. Looking for a strong background in 3D workflows, hands-on experience with generative AI, prompt engineering experience with different models, solid scripting. Like, this is just a generic resume entry thing that has a bunch of stuff that the person that gets hired for this is probably not even going to be doing. So you got to read between the lines a little bit here. They're not saying you're going to create videos and images and content with this when you get this job. It's just looking for someone that might have used that stuff before, so they're more comfortable with AI. I need that to be a very clear distinction, because a lot of people are running with this line literally thinking that that's what they're going to do and ignoring the actual this is what the job is kind of thing. Now, again, don't get me wrong. If they come out having a situation where they start using AI art, or they start using AI generation for videos or music or even concept art or anything like that, then I think it will be completely warranted to criticize and to boycott and all that stuff. That is completely fine. There is a line here. All I'm trying to do with this video is show that there is, without a doubt, a very stark difference between AI art and the creative arts and things like that, and using AI to generate that stuff, and then just saving some time with code that you've already used previously in your company. Those are two very, very vastly different things. One of them is pretty close to evil, and one of them is just smart efficiency that, frankly, again, every company on the planet is using, so you would have to boycott everything that exists at this point for things like that. So all I'm saying here is it is okay to be wary about this, and you should grill Behaviour about this and let them actually let us know what exactly is going to be done here. That's completely fine. In fact, I would even encourage that. But it's not fair to give them shit for things that they haven't actually done yet. So again, if we see one piece of AI art in the future after this job listing has been filled, I will be with you guys with the pitchforks, and it's completely fair. All I'm saying right now is be rational about it. Understand AI is not just black and white evil. There are completely fine uses for it as well. And, we'll go from there. Again, I'm not saying this can't lead to bad things in the future. I'm just saying let's see what actually happens first before we just immediately start grilling them on something we don't really understand very well. And we don't even understand what the person that gets this job or the people that get this job will even really be doing. So that's it. I'm just saying just be a bit rational about it. Be wary. That's fine. Press them why they're doing this, but just let's see what they do first with it, because it's not all evil. But that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.